Hiya Cass, it's very evident that around this area of Arad there are many evangelical churches and doing pretty well, and this week we've met a few of the pastors and they're good guys. What do you think is the next step?
I think the next step would be to try and get out of our churches, out of Arad, and spread the gospel in the area around Arad County and obviously into Transylvania. And I think that would be the call to go in places that have no evangelical church, or they have no any way of sharing the gospel. So I think going to the small places that nobody goes, going the extra mile if you want, and I think that would be the next step. It's a must next step, I think.
Okay, can't disagree with that. How are we going to do it? Because obviously we need people to run churches, and we need people to get the call of God to go and do that job, because if you haven't got the call there's no point in going. So how do you think we're going to do that?
Well, obviously there are a number of ways of doing, but I think what the Lord spoke to us, and to be frankly honest, is something that I've prayed about for the last 21 years. There'll be a Bible school or a correspondence course that will equip workers to go and do the work. Now that's where the idea of having Harvest International Ministries Romania correspondence course, which we're planning to launch on September the 10th of this year, that's for 2 years we're going to prepare men and women to do the work. Obviously by the end of that 2 years we should be able to see the calling on their lives. Maybe some of them will be evangelists, some of them will be pastors, some of them will be youth workers or children's workers, and I think it's vital at this moment. It's of extreme importance that we prepare workers.
Yeah, absolutely fine. And do you feel that we've got the cooperation of churches to find these workers?
I think we started to have that cooperation. The number of churches at the moment, we met Pastor Costello yesterday, we met Pastor Daniel a few days ago, and obviously Pastor Ovi, and they all express their will, and obviously we shouldn't forget Pastor RL. They all express their support, and obviously they want to see the gospel of God being spread up in the area.
Okay, what else do we think we need to do regarding these guys? Because they're good guys, but do you think there's a possibility we could get them together to pray?
I think that it would be a step before we launch the course. It will be a prep step, if we can say that. We need to prepare ourselves and gather that men of God, men and women of God, that are willing to come in unity for the sake of the work of God. So I think we'll have probably a number of workers in very soon starting to meet once a month for prayer.
That's brilliant. I feel that is right. I also believe that God will give us good success.
Amen.
Thank you very much.